this video is probably going to be like 5 parts long. My data was full, so that's why I keep stopping. Hopefully we are good though. So where was I? Biology Professor Kathy Bradshaw. The answer does not lie in the defense, but the protective measures should be taken to prevent an incident from occurring in the first place. I am currently a proponent of training and think it has helped schools that have had lockdowns in a sense. But it's just more important for us to prevent these things, Bradshaw said. We can train all ourselves on what to do, but I think as a society it is so important to try to study ways that we could prevent these things. Although Bradshaw says she would like to see some preventive measures taken, she also does not believe placing a gun in the classroom within the hands of the teacher is the answer. I sure as hell wouldn't want to have a gun myself, or be told that I need to carry a gun, because it is not my job. It is not my job. Because it is not my job. It is not my job, Bradshaw said. Okay. I don't care about healthcare services or abortion. Failed rape alert should serve as a wake-up call for the current board. Police are responding to a crime in progress at XXS for the area. This was the message that students and faculty received on February 14th after police alerted to reports of a man with a gun at American River College. For those off campus, it was a terrifying message to receive after the Parkland, Florida shooting took place mere hours before. Minds immediately turned to the worst possible outcomes as they feared for the lives of those still on campus. Hearts raced as fingers flew across keyboards, desperately trying to contact their friends and loved ones. See, for me, I didn't do that because I was safe, my nana was safe, I knew my sister was safe, I knew my parents were safe, I knew my cousins were safe. And I didn't know which of my friends had classes, so I didn't want to alarm anyone, so I just didn't do anything. I know I probably should have, but I knew that the Las Vegas police and the California police were handling it. So I don't know. However, for the students on campus, the fear, while present, maybe was not as prevalent. There was no indication as to whether or not they were in real danger. Some students, like Goodman C., had no idea there was a lockdown even after receiving the rape alert. So I was taking a test when the original rape alert was sent out, and everyone in the classroom had been asked to turn off their cell phones. Sai and his classmates sat in the computer math complex, immediately next to where the suspect was literally reported for 30 minutes, with the door unlocked and open, with no clue that there was reported sightings of a man with a gun in their vicinity. At the same time that Singapore and his class were taking their tests, other professors were asking students to shelter in place and take cover underneath desks, while others simply locked the doors and continued on business as usual. One thing is clear, there is no standardized emergency plan across campus. Yeah, that kind of scares me. Or one department may have regular training from Los Rios Police Department, like the library, and another as professors struggle to develop their own plans in case of an emergency. Many of the professors inside of the multi-subject Davies Hall, where departments and subsequently professors have no standardized procedures. What about the deaf professors? What about the foreign language professors that probably don't speak English? A professor should not bear the responsibility of creating his or her own emergency plan in the case of an active shooter for a school with a student population of over 30,000 and a fully functioning police force located on its campus. This is unacceptable. Since the beginning of 2018, just 3 short months ago, there have been 14 school shootings in the United States. 14 in 3 months. The administrator of AOC would be foolish to think that our campus is somehow protected from the threat of an active shooter, leaving students and faculty in the dark, only creating more of a threat. We have buildings such as Davies Hall that are old and outdated, and are designed impractically to the point that the professor is standing furthest away from the door, making it nearly impossible for he or she to get to the door to close it. Starting in elementary school and going all the way up to high school, children are taught what to do and where to go in case of an earthquake, fire, and even intruders on campus through the use of practice drills. Yeah, these drills simulate escape plans and procedures and are practiced in order to avoid the chaos and panic that would come from an actual emergency. AOC has no such drills at the campus-wide level. There is no way to know which departments are prepared to take action in case of an emergency. No way for students to know where to go or what to do. They are forced to place all of their trust, their entire lives, in the hands of their professors, in the hands of their administrative of each department, and hope that they are fortunate enough to be in a department that has gone through the training provided by the police department. However, this is all dependent on the students and faculty being notified of such an event with relative and useful information. AOC also lacks any mass communication infrastructure such as an intercom system like many other schools. The RAV alert system has already shown that it is not an effective way to warn students and faculty of an emergency situation. The RAV alert system is based off how students and faculty choose to receive notifications from the school and district when they originally set up their online accounts. Meaning, while some students received text alerts, others got emails or phone calls. Some people may have even received combinations of alerts, which is what I did. I did email, text, and phone. You can imagine if I was in class, my phone was on, what I probably would have got. My phone, my text would have been blowing up, my email would have been blowing up. I didn't get that many phone calls. I got maybe 1 or 2 phone calls. I think 1 phone call, the text messages, but the email was my main focus. I'm probably going to change it, but okay. But when the look is so big, it is nearly pointless, which it was. Administrators of AOC need to take more steps so that the student body is prepared for the event of an active shooter on campus. The blunder of February 14th wave alert should be considered a valuable learning experience for the school. It should be top priority for AOC to ensure that something like this never happens again the way it did. A bruised ego is a lot easier to recover from than the loss of a life due to inaccurate information. This just talks about non-important page. I'm trying to see if there's anything of importance. Report of armed man at AOC indicates down. The list. Down. American River College was placed on lockdown by the Las Vegas Police Department after receiving reports of a man on campus with a gun at approximately 7 p.m. on February 14th. According to Sergeant J. Lab at the Las Vegas Police Department, there were reported sightings of a man riding a bicycle or displaying a firearm near the science department at AOC. This man was able to flee the scene before LRPD was able to respond. According to an email sent out by campus police after the incident, they received a report that the man had been seen tucking a gun in his waistband. Approximately 7 p.m., Las Vegas police received a report from an AOC student, the man tucking a gun into his waistband near bike racks in the science area on campus, according to the email. This email also described the man as a white male, approximately 5 feet 10 inches, mid-20s, skinny body type, wearing a white shirt, dark baggy pants, and a tan hat. He was riding a black BMX bicycle. Students received a rave alert, text and email at 6:58 The original rave alert did not list what location students should stay away from, but it was later updated at 7:13 to say that the science department should be avoided. Students already on campus were placed on an emergency lockdown that was lifted at 7:24 p.m. Alexis Warren, a current staff writer, was in her statistics class when the lockdown happened. According to Warren, her professor Sana Ray locked the doors and another student shut the blinds. As it happened, Warren messaged classmates to update them on the situation. I'm in class right now, and my professor says we can't leave until it is clear, Warren said in a text message to a classmate. ARC Public Information Officer Scott Crew said that the campus was given the all-clear by Las Vegas Police Department after they were unable to locate the suspect. Crew also said that the school officials still trying to get all of the details. According to Lamberdian, there are no arrests made at the time of this report. Crew echoed that statement. Nobody matching the subject's description was arrested, Crew said. Lamber also added that there were no video cameras in the vicinity of the sighting. The incident comes on the same day of a shooting at the Florida school that left 7 people dead. The Los Angeles Police Department are urging people to report any suspicious activity they might have seen related to the incident at 916. I'm not going to say the rest of that number. And to refer to report hashtag 180085. I'm only not saying the rest of that number because I know a lot of you guys don't go to hours to Lakewood High School. If you do, you can pick up the school's magazine and find out for yourself. But I don't want my whole YouTube family to know that number. Campus pause. Right here it is. What would you do as a professor in an event of emergency? Not in athletics. Our faculties are a little different, so depending on if you are teaching outside, the goal is to try to get anywhere that you are covered. Biology, Kathleen Bradshaw. I will try to keep students calm and plan what to do if someone wants to get into the building. Mathematics, Jane Overgard. Usually I lock the door when I go in anywhere. Even when I leave the door open, the door is locked and ready to close. Anthropology. I don't normally have the door locked, so it almost would mean that a student would be the one who would end up locking the door. Yeah, you guys see the issue? Yeah, hopefully they'll change their procedures in keeping the school safe after that. So, I know this video is like 5 parts longer, and I know this one's like 20 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a lot about gun safety and stuff, but if you enjoyed it and learned something, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of what you think our school should do, and I will read them and let someone from my school know. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, please, because even though this one may have been more, I do fun videos a lot. And I hope you all have a very good day. Always live to inspire. Be your own best friend. Don't be a bully, but be a buddy. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Boink.